So good afternoon. First off, we wanted to apologize. I know we were supposed to start at 3 p.m. and it's a little bit after that, but we had information that was coming in, and this is a ever-evolving case, so we just wanted to make sure we had all the details available for you for this media availability. And again, we appreciate you being here and reporting on this tragic incident. Throughout our careers as officers, we have incidents that really touch our hearts and stay with you throughout your careers. And as the details unfold, as I'm speaking here, you'll see that this is definitely one of those incidents that really is going to affect the police department for a long time, and the community will think about this for a long time. Our hearts right now are, and our thoughts are with the victim in this incident. So on Sunday, January 27th at about 1:13 a.m., Tempe Police officers responded to a call for service in the 1700 block of East 8th Street. The call was in reference to a female that had been stabbed in that area. When officers arrived on scene, they located a woman who suffered multiple stab wounds around her body. The woman was later identified as 39-year-old Kristina Howato. First name is Kristina, Kristina, last of Hoiwato, Howato. It was also determined that Hoiwato was in her third trimester of her pregnancy. Hoiwato was transported to the hospital, and she and her unborn child were unfortunately pronounced deceased at the hospital. Investigators have been working around the clock on this horrific incident, and the investigation revealed that Hoiwato was employed as a Lyft driver at the time. She was working in that capacity when she received a pickup request in the area of the 600 block of South Perry Lane in Tempe. Hoiwato picked up a male who was later identified as a suspect. Suspect was 20-year-old Fabian Durazo. First name of Fabian, Fabian, last of Durazo, Durazo.
His age,
I'm sorry, 20-year-old Fabian Durazo. The victim drove Durazo to the apartment complex in the 1700 block of East 8th Street and began to assault her with a knife while she was inside of the vehicle. Once she exited the vehicle, he continued to assault her with that knife. The suspect then left the area in the victim's vehicle. Investigators were able to identify the victim vehicle as a 2005 silver Mercury SUV. Witnesses also were able to see a vehicle leaving the area that had matched that exact description. Working with our regional partners and DPS in La Paz County, the vehicle was located by way of GPS technology. That vehicle was eventually stopped in the area of the milepost 25 and the I-10 just east of Quartzsite, Arizona. The suspect was arrested at that location without incident. He was transported to the La Paz County Jail, where he was eventually interviewed. At the La Paz County Jail, Durazo admitted to stabbing the victim and taking her vehicle. He's currently being held at the La Paz County Jail until he appears before a judge. It will be decided at that time when he is going to be transferred to the Maricopa County Jail. The charges that he was facing at this time are 2 counts of first-degree murder, 1 count of kidnapping, 1 count of theft of means of transportation, and 1 count of armed robbery. It goes without saying that we work closely with our partners in Arizona, whether they're partners that are close to us here in the Valley or regional partners. But without the help of DPS in La Paz County, this definitely would not have been possible. They were able to assist us with locating and stopping that vehicle, obviously with the technology and the information that was provided to them. So we were grateful for their assistance. At this time, we'll take any questions that you may have. At this time, I don't have any information as to a motive. I know that he admitted to the crime, but at this time, I don't have information as to his motive for committing the crime.
Did he plan to do this when he called the Uber in the first place?
That's what we believe, that he planned to do this when he called the Uber. Yes.
Where was he coming from?
I'm sorry. Where was he?
Where was he coming from? Where did she pick him up?
She picked him up at the street. I'm sorry. Let me just make sure. I believe it was a 600 block of South Perry Lane in Tempe.
Do you know
Was
what's
this
there
home?
though? Was it a bar? Was he out?
No, I don't think that there was any location that was identified that he was visiting or a part of. He was just at that location.
Do we know where he was going to?
When he was leaving, we don't know where he was going. We know that he has family in California, so there's a possibility that he was going there, but we're not sure.
Do we know why
Perry
the
Lane in
drop
what,
off?
I'm sorry?
Go ahead.
South Perry Lane in what, I'm sorry?
South Perry Lane in Tempe,
In Tempe.
600 block of South Perry Lane in
Just
Tempe.
clarify, it's a Lyft driver, not an Uber driver?
Correct. It's a
Why-
Lyft driver.
why was
My
the-
apology if I did say it was an Uber driver.
Why was the drop off? Do we know why the drop off was at that complex?
No, we're not sure exactly why. Again, that's part of the investigation. Those are details that will probably come out later, but we're not sure exactly why that complex.
Was the suspect under the influence of anything, drugs, alcohol?
We have no indications that he was under the influence of anything at the time, but again, all part of the investigation. We don't have those exact details.
Had the suspect and the victim, had they met prior to him picking her up as a Lyft driver, or was this the first time that they had met?
Sure. There's no indication showing that they had any type of relationship or had met prior to this.
Did he make any sort of indication that he knew she was pregnant?
No, I don't have that information. I just know obviously of the incident, but his knowledge of knowing that she was pregnant, I don't have that information.
Do you know if the Uber car, or sorry, I keep saying, you said that's it, Lyft, does the Lyft car have any video at all? Like, did she?
I don't know, and if it does, that will obviously be a part of our investigation if it does.
Did you conduct an interview with the suspect, and if so, did he show any remorse to what he did, or what's his reaction after he been caught?
Sure. I don't have information as his demeanor, but I know that I know that he admitted to the crimes. I'm not sure what his demeanor was during the interview.
Where
Did
does
he
she
know
live?
her?
Do you know where she's from?
I'm
Did he
sorry.
know her?
Did he know her? The only information that we have is their first interaction was when he called for a Lyft driver and she picked him up.
Do you know where she's from?
I believe she's from Tempe.
She's from Tempe.
Yes.
Does she work a full-time job, or does she do this full-time as a Lyft? Is she a full-time Lyft driver? Do you know?
That I don't know. I don't have the information as her full-time employment. I know she is employed as a Lyft driver though.
Any other family do you know of that, was she married? Does she have other family that has been notified of this?
Yes, obviously her family has been notified of the incident, and they've got the information, so she does have family.
Do you know where the suspect lives? Where's the suspect from?
I know at one time he was a Tempe resident and has family in California.
But you don't know where he lives currently?
I don't know where he lives
Is he a
currently.
student at ASU or no?
The information, if he's a student at ASU, I'm not sure if he's a student at ASU, but that's not a part of the investigation, so that's not a part of what our detectives are focused on right now.
To believe that he was planning on doing this?
I'm sorry?
What led the detectives to believe that he was planning on doing this?
I don't know if we have information as to what led detectives to believe that. It was just a response to it, and in his interview, he obviously admitted to the crime. So details of the interview would probably be available later, but we don't have those specific details right now.
Was he on drugs?
Again, we have nothing to indicate that he was on drugs at this time. Again, that's always going to be a part of the investigation, and as you all know, this is an extensive investigation that happened just over 24, maybe 36 hours ago. So there's a lot of information that we are not going to have right now available to us. We are trying to provide you as much as we have right now, though.
I hate to ask this question, but do we know what type of knife it was? Was it like a pocket knife, or what did he use to assail the woman?
No, I think I read in the report that it was a kitchen-type knife.
How much did Lyft help in locating the vehicle?
They've been very helpful with us in this investigation. So we are grateful for their responsiveness and ability to give us the information that we need to continue the investigation.
What's the message here to Lyft drivers? There's lots of Lyft drivers, lots of Uber drivers that do this for a living.
Absolutely.
Who don't realize the type of danger they could be in. What's the
Right.
message from police in this tragic situation?
Well, obviously from Lyft, I know that they're committed to the safety of their employees and their riders alike. Their hearts also and thoughts go out to the family of the victim. So that is definitely their focus for their business. So as for a message, I would say that just for people to understand that is their commitment and ours as well.
Who are this mother and unborn child leaving behind?
She does have 2 children that we are aware of, a 2-year-old and a 4-year-old, and they are in the custody of loved ones at this time.
Was she married? Did she leave behind a husband as well?
I don't know if she was married.
Can you be specific about how police were able to track them down? I know you said track. Was it the GPS within the Lyft technology? Was it her GPS in her car? How did police track him?
Sure. I don't know if the Lyft technology, who it belonged to, the GPS technology, who that specifically belonged to, but it was by the use of that technology that we were able to put information out to our regional partners and ended up locating the vehicle.
We know she's a mother of, was going to be a mother of 3. Who else was she in the community?
I don't know. Part of the investigation that may come out later as who she was in the community and how they know her, but I don't have that information available to me right now.
Do we know how many times he stabbed her?
No, I don't know that at times though.
Was she a single mom?
I'm not sure, sir. I'm not sure. Good.
Thank you.
Again, we appreciate you coming out and thank you.
Anybody want water? We got some water. I know it's been warm in here.